We're going to light the Advent candles before we sing a few more songs. And so I'm going to invite up my family, actually, to do Advent this morning. The way we've been doing this, Advent is all about just anticipating the Lord's coming and the birth of Jesus. And a unique thing that we as a church family have had this year is we ended up with a budget surplus. So like you all, through generosity and as God moved you, gave more than we needed to spend last year. And so we decided we're going to do what we can to bless our community with that money, people in need during this whole COVID craziness. And so we've been through our gospel communities, identifying needs in our local community and addressing those. And so these are the stories that we're sharing as we light the Advent candles. And this week, the Advent theme is peace. And so here's my daughter Abigail, my daughter Claire, and my wife Laura. And Laura is going to share with us the story for today.
All right, good morning, Creekside. Mark makes this look really easy week after week to get up here and talk to all of you. It doesn't come as easily for me, so I'm going to go ahead and read what I'd like to share with you today. When gospel communities were presented with the idea of blessing someone in our community, I immediately thought of my hairdresser. A handful of Creekside women get their hair done by her, as well as our daughters. During the pandemic, like many small business owners, she had been struggling during this time. She was asked to shut the doors to her salon not once, but twice, and faces that possibility yet again. During this time, she's also been struggling personally as well. Her young daughter had begun to wake up in the middle of the night crying out in pain. This pain worsened and became so debilitating that at times she was unable to walk on her own. This sent their family on a medical journey where her sweet daughter endured visits with doctors and specialists, tests, scans, and a hospital stay. She has now been handed a tough diagnosis and a treatment plan that is just beginning. As I handed my hairdresser the check for our church, or from our church family, I shared that it could be used to help offset the cost of her salon lease or the mounting medical bills. Yet more than that, I wanted to help her experience just a bit of peace during this season, a moment to breathe a little deeper, to really sense that there are people who see her struggle and are lifting her up in prayer. So today, as we light the candle of peace, in the midst of a world in constant turmoil, we patiently proclaim that peace comes through Jesus. Even as we acknowledge the anxiety in our own hearts, we remember that peace has arrived on earth with the birth of the Christ child. Isaiah 9:6 says, "For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." This morning we light the candle of peace, a symbol of the peace that Christ embodies and of the peace he offers the world through us, his church. May Creekside Church be a community of peace.